Cabinet this municipal year, and I'm pleased to say, I'm also relieved to say, that after today I will be handing back the reins to Marlene as she makes her welcome return back. As you all know, the past few months have been a very busy period, and it's been one in which we have accomplished a great deal, including putting together a very strong budget package, allocating tens of thousands of pounds of grants to community organisations across the borough, setting aside funding for offices for the theatre and Mercer House, and starting the implementation phase of the town centre development and Wilson's playing fields. As the year draws to a close, we are proud to say that we have brought over £110 million of investment into the borough, and we have now set the direction for many years to come. Can I thank everyone who has contributed to this achievement, not least the Cabinet and other members of the Council, our partners on the Town Centre Stakeholder Board, and our MP who has lobbied hard for us in Westminster. We have achieved a lot, and there is much more that we want to do after the elections. Councillor Cox.
Yeah, all I want to say is nice to see you, Marlene. Nice to see you back. And you did leave us with somebody with in very capable hands, so I just want to thank Peter for stepping into the leader's shoes and doing a really good job while you was away.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you, Chair. Yeah, I must say it's great to be back, and I hope you don't mind if I just stay seated for this, as I still have just a little bit of difficulty standing for any length of time. I would personally, of course, like to thank Peter and Stephen, who have acted on my behalf for the last 3 months. I've no doubt that they've done a good job and done the job that I know they both can do. But I would also like to thank Lorraine, Sajid, Mr. Eunice, Zach Khan, who isn't with us, because without their support also I would have struggled a lot more than I have. And I'd also like to add to that thanks all the members of the opposition who have also played a part in looking after my illness, well, not looking after me, but supporting me in what was a rather and has been a really difficult time. I'd also like to thank the officers of the council who have been an absolute dream, and I don't need to mention their names, but they have been absolutely marvellous with me and have helped me unbelievably a lot. I can't wait to sit back in the saddle. I'm ready to deal with it. In future, any problems you have or anything, anything that's going on, please come and see me. I am back and I will work as I've always worked for this borough and nothing else. I think that's all that I can say, Chair.
Marlene, you wouldn't have intended to, but you overlooked Kath when you were thanking your Kath.
Oh, Kath, why did I
Thank you, David. I was going to say that look, you missed a brilliant.
Well, listen, I am so sorry that you can have a special one. In actual fact, I would go as far as to say, yes, you can have a special one, because over the time that we have been in control, and from when we lost Tony, our last leader, you were an absolute godsend to me, and we worked so well together during that time. It was incredible. I think that sometimes you probably could have hit me, like I could have maybe hit you. But together we worked so well, and I do thank you for that, apart from the fact that your support again has been well thanked. I really do. Okay, so I'm sorry I forgot you. It's the second time I've actually forgot you, isn't it? But I'm sorry.
You'll have a job getting check of Kath now, Marlene.
Yeah, listen, I'm not perfect, I never was. But thanks again to everybody, and it's bloody good to be back. Okay, thanks.
Right, okay. In giving you the notices, I forgot to give you the I forgot to read out the emergency procedure. And so I have been asked to inform you of the emergency evacuation procedures as laid down for this building. And if there is an emergency procedure, if there is an alarm at the moment, it will be the real thing, I think. If the alarm bells ring for more than 10 seconds, stop what you are doing immediately and leave the building. Do not collect personal items. Leave by the double doors and make your way back to reception. Exit through the main entrance to the assembly point adjacent to the skateboard park. If this exit is denied, leave by the door marked fire exit on the side of the room, down the steps to the emergency exit, and make your way to the assembly point. Do not try to re-enter the building until told that it is safe to do so. Right, item 4 are the minutes of the boards, panels and working groups. I move that we receive the minutes.
I'll second them, Chair.
Are we all agreed? Thank you. Item 5 are reports of cabinet members. I understand Councillor Smithson that you want to make a report, and Councillor Eunice as well.
Thank you, Chair. I'll be short and sweet, just to give members of the Cabinet a quick update on where we are with the porch refurbishments. Mercer Park play area, the work's due to start in April and we hope to have that completed by June. Macefield Close play area, Great Tarwood, we hope to start the work at the end of June and hopefully it'll be completed by August. So that's some good news for them two towns. Also, just to quickly mention that we are currently in the stages of recruiting an extra dog warden. That's currently going through procedure now. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Councillor Eunice.
Yes, thank you. I know there's a couple of reports to go through, but this is just to briefly, verbally, about the Market Hall redevelopment. We completed the decant, and also the work has started on the Market Hall. The outside pavilion is probably almost been knocked down now, and we are on that. We made a good progress on that, and on the trading side, the traders have settled down. They've settled in this town square, and they seems to be very happy with the trade they're doing there. In fact, they're busier than what they were in the Market Hall, and we got canopies started today, and they're very happy with the design. I've got a report that they are so pleased. So there's a lot of happy people trading on the town square, which is very good. All those traders who requested the cabins or somewhere in the town, they all been offered the places, and they all settled in their new business places. Also, I just want you to say something about the market. The market chambers also. We are on progress with with the people with the lease and also the freeholds. We're making good progress there. Hopefully we'll be making more progress. On the Burton Chamber side of it, we had a very successful meeting, which I'll be going through the report with the operator and many other things in the report that I will be going through. But one thing, the reason I want you to mention to you is on Friday we had a very successful event in the town hall. This is probably the first time I've seen town hall full with people and stalls, and it was very successful. A lot of the contractors and our contractor, which is Morgan Sandal, and many other people who are interested in the business. They all wanted to offer their business, small business people, local people. In fact, there was quite a lot of for jobs, because there was a stall from Job Centre, and it was very good to see that there is a lot of interest being shown at the amount of work we're doing in our town development, redevelopment of town centre. That was very encouraging, and that shows us that we are making a massive project successful, and I can say this is a landmark project that we are setting for our future generation. And also, just to remind you, on the 16th of March, which is Saturday, there's going to be official market hall opening and starting about 11 o'clock, maybe a quarter to 11. It'll stay on more or less all day with free rides and a lot of other activities. So please do come along if anybody is free on Saturday, the 16th of March. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Chair. Can I just say how thrilled I am with the work that Councillor Eunice has done over the last 10 months. As he very much aware, the market hall and the town centre was one of my passions within the council, and I'm very keen, and I was a bit reluctant to hand it over, but I must say it was the best thing that I did. He has done an absolutely incredible job, and he's got a grasp of it that is actually far better than the grasp that I had. So, Mr. Eunice, well done. You've done a super job, and long may it continue. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair.
Councillor Fisher.
Thank you, Chair. Yeah, and thank you for your kind comments as well, Councillor Howard. Much appreciated. Councillor Smithson, it's fantastic that the work's going to be started in Mercer Park, and obviously we really do welcome that. But my only concern, because I can hear residents saying it now, is that when the work is happening, at the moment the recreational facilities are sort of like in two parts, if you will.
Yeah.
So whilst the work is underway, will the whole of the area be closed off, or just, do you know if it'll go in a certain order? Do you know what I'm saying? Because I can hear people saying,
I understand what you're saying, Councillor.
why wasn't this done in winter?
I understand what you're saying,
Yeah.
Councillor Fisher, and
Yeah,
I'm guessing, I don't know the answers to that,
Right.
I can get you the answers, but health and safety wise, I'm
Yeah.
guessing they would have to cordon off such an area, I think, to
Yeah.
do the work. That's what but I can get you a response for that.
yeah, because part of it is separated by
Yeah.
a railing, so it could be that part of it could still stay open, because obviously as the weather gets a bit nicer in April, I can just hear residents saying, oh, the park's closed, just as the weather's getting nicer. Yes, of course we've got the rest of the park, but the swings, etc. So yeah, if you could get an answer, that'd be great.
Yeah, I will, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Shall we move on now to agenda item 6, which is on page 37. And it is, the purpose of the report is to propose a draft people strategy for 2024 to 2028. I'm happy to propose a draft people strategy, this follows on from our recently adopted corporate strategy and sets out what's important to us in terms of having a workforce that is skilled and motivated to deliver high quality services and this council's ambitious strategic priorities. The proposed strategy has three key themes: leadership and culture, compassionate, value-based leadership that guides, empowers, motivates and drives engagement, talent and skilled staff who are able to respond to what's needed and work with partners to deliver results, well-being and inclusion, a workplace where people are supported to be authentic and have a sense of belonging, where we actively value diversity. The strategy has been developed in conjunction with service managers and trade unions. Our resources overview and scrutiny committee was also given the opportunity to make any suggestions. So I'm happy to recommend the proposed people strategy for adoption, and I so move.
I'll second that, Chair.
Are we all agreed? Thank you. Item 7 is on page 41. And it's to seek Cabinet approval for amendments of the National Non-Domestic Rates Mandatory Discretionary and Hardship Relief Scheme to include new rate reliefs. And I will move.
I will second that, Chair.
Are we agreed? Thank you. Item 8 is on page 67. And the report presents an extension of retail, hospitality and leisure non-domestic rate relief for the period 1st of April 2024 to 31st of March, providing eligible businesses with a 75% rate relief on their business rates liability for the period. And can I ask Lee to give us a report on this?
Certainly. Thank you, Chair.
Would you like to come to the... Just take a seat over there.
Thank you, Chair. In terms of a little bit of background, at the autumn statement in November, the Chancellor announced an extension to the current business rates, retail, hospitality and leisure relief scheme, which is normally allowed for over a 12-month period, which is why I've submitted a report to the Cabinet to extend our current scheme for the next financial year. The scheme, as it says, provides a 75% business rate relief for eligible businesses in the retail, hospitality and leisure sector. And as a service, we've identified for a round figure, almost 200 businesses will benefit from this relief, providing £1.5 million support over the course of this year. As a proactive measure, as a service, we've identified the businesses we are, and we wish to, should Cabinet approve the report, automatically grant the relief as part of our business rates billing process at the end of this financial year. And it's recommended that the report is attached to the scheme is approved and applied to business rates as soon as possible. Thank you, Chair.
So I move.
I'll second that, Chair.
Are we all agreed? Thank you. Right, item 9 is on page 83, and if you've read the reports, it's all about updating members about the recent work of the Learning and Development Panel and to seek support for a new member development strategy. And I will move.
I'll second that, Chair.
Are we all agreed? Thank you. Right, we now move on to supplemental agenda 1. It's appointment of operator for Burgess Chambers, and it's with Councillor the portfolio on the levelling up, Councillor Eunice.
Thank you, Chair. We've been very successful identifying operator for the Burton Chamber. All the processes is in the report, the professional advice that we had, the recommendations and our considerations, and I personally met the operator and listened to the experience and in the business, what they were offering and how we can how they can make a success in our town, and we found it very interesting. They have the experience. They've done some. They are doing some work in Leeds and Wakefield and few other places, and I think one of the operator lives in Lancashire, so she's got that local touch as well. So they're called Two Work. So all the terms and conditions are there in the report. Obviously, all the precautions has been taken, and once it's up and running, is profitable, the council will keep the 60% of the profit and 40% will go to the operator. Obviously, the running costs are with the council, but once they start making profit, hopefully it will, and then they will be keeping 60%. So the borough council will profit from there, and listening to their experience, I am very confident that they will make success of it, because it's our benefit as well as their benefit in the business. And the other the brilliant idea that I like from them is that there will be a conference room and meeting rooms where our local businesses or business from out of town, whoever, rent the shared office spaces, will be able to meet each other and exchange ideas and work together on many projects that they wish to. I think exchanging ideas, business ideas, makes a lot of sense, and a lot of business activities will be happening in our working chambers once it's up and running. So it is a very big step forward, but it is the right one. And I think, as you probably read in the report, we as a council don't have that kind of expertise to run this kind of project. So therefore, we have to hire an operator. I mean, the market operators is already out in public domain. So we might get a few names forward for that too, but that's on the list. This is a shared project that we are running with this operator, and I think there's a lot of good things in that report that you probably have read already. So, Chair, I move the report.
Yeah, thank you for updating us. Councillor.
Yeah. Thanks, Councillor Eunice. Probably some of you won't know that early on when we were decided to carry on with the Burton Chambers, myself, the then leader of the council, and one or two officers went along to some of these firms that are put a tender in. This firm being one of them in Leeds, and I can tell you that it was one of the most impressive things that I've seen in a long time, and I'm absolutely delighted that we have managed to acquire their expertise for this particular project. I'm sure that they will do an excellent job. If the businesses that we saw is anything to go by, and good luck, we've got the right people in the right place. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Item 11 now.
Sorry, Chair.
Oh, sorry.
Is it alright if I ask a question?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, obviously, from our group's perspective, it's wonderful that an operator has been identified that does appear to be experienced, and hopefully the outcome will be positive. But reading between the lines, it does seem that there are still risks to this council with regards to the, I know we haven't got a crystal ball, but obviously we talk about shortfalls, and obviously there's already 500,000 been identified, nearly 500,000, to cover any shortfalls. Obviously the concern is that the risk is only on the council side, not on the operator side. We're taking all the risk. Does that make sense? And obviously looking at it long term rather than just in a 2-year plan. Do you know what I mean? It's just whether or not there's anything sort of set aside about what happens in 2 years if, you know, or if unfortunately it doesn't work out and it doesn't turn a profit, you know, the risk is all with the council.
Chair,
Yeah.
thank you for
Yeah.
raising this.
Yeah.
Yes, we look at all those, you know, all those sides that if this and if that. And I think looking at all the signs, indications are that we will be successful, but it'll first couple, the reason they keep in the 500,000, just in case for first few year or so, you know, it's a start-up business. So yes, we have to be, you know, we have to be take appropriate precautions. Otherwise, we could end up, you know, just not the funding cannot be there. But yes, we kept that 500,000. But that is just to make sure that we got something there if we need to use it. But I'm very confident in speaking to the operators, and with their experience and with their determination, because they want to make profit out of that too.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not going to spend all that time because they're not going to make nothing out of it. So really, I think we will be very successful. But 500,000, it has, as a responsible authority, we have to keep something in reserve. But yes, I'm very confident that we will be successful. And I think this idea is working in Leeds and Wakefield and other towns, even Manchester, I'm sure will make it work here. But we had no other options but to take the operator on, because we can't run that, as you know, is fully aware of that. So yes, I'm very confident it will be successful. Thank you for raising that anyway.
Thank you, Councillor Eunice, thank you.
Right, again, this is with Councillor Eunice, casual market traders.
Sorry, Chair, it's not been moved.
So it's-
Sorry, the
Yeah.
out of town was moved by Councillor Eunice, but we're not.
Yeah.
No, we're only being asked to note this, aren't we? If Councillor Eunice is updating, there's no need for a vote. Right, okay. Okay. Yeah, so I'll move.
And I'll second that.
Yeah, are we all agreed? Thank you. Item 11 is with Councillor Eunice again, it's casual market traders.
Yes, thank you, Chair. As you're probably all aware, the footfall in the town centre is the most important thing if the business is to be successful. Peel Street Pavilion is gone because of the market's levelling up project. Therefore, the casual traders, we call them, which they were doing Thursdays and Sundays, especially Sundays, as you probably all aware, were very busy day for the town centre. So therefore, after a lot of discussions and feedback from the market hall and the staff in the market, then we come up with this report that we will provide them the facilities on the Broadway. We discussed it with the businesses on the Broadway. They're happy to accept them, and in initial stages we will be going for 14. The first option, 14. You know, for the casual market traders. So those that is the recommendation. The 14 stalls for the open for the casual market traders on Broadway. So looking at the whole town square and the Broadway, it was essential to have those traders, and because they've been trading for years here, and we wanted to keep them. We didn't want to lose them, and so therefore I moved the report. There's a lot of things. If anybody wishes to ask questions, they're welcome. But I moved the report for the option 1, which is recommended, for the 14 stalls to be purchased and installed on Broadway.
I'm delighted to second this, Councillor Lewis. As you know, I have played a part in some of this, but what it actually means is that we will be able to continue with our Thursday and Sunday markets, and that's so important to businesses around the town, because it actually generates footfall. In fact, on Sundays when you can park anywhere, because we don't traffic vultures around, it means that perhaps there are more people in Accrington on a Sunday than there are at any time during the week. But as I say, I think it's very good news. I'm delighted to second, and I'm sure that we're all agreed. Are we all agreed? Thank you. Item 12 is with Councillor Smithson, and it's the lease for Riddings Park.
Thank you, Chair. The purpose of the report is to seek approval to enter into a new lease for the Coach House, Glass House and Boot Room and Wall Gardens to the Friends of Riddings Park. Cabinet agrees to lease the Coach House, etc. to the Friends of Riddings Park for a term of 5 years at nil rent and nil premium, and the council will support the running costs. The Coach House is open 6 days a week, staffed by volunteers operating 120 volunteer hours per week, which totals to 6,240 volunteer hours per year. This in turn means that the activities that they do at the Friends of Riddings Park attracts over 400 visitors each week, which yearly comes to 20,000 per visit. As such, even with the council not charging a rent for this lease and picking up the building running costs, officers and myself believe that this represents good value for money in terms of community benefit and contributions to community wellbeing. I move the report.
And I'll second the report. Are we all agreed? Thank you. Right, item 13 is Uncork's Garden Village, and it's with you, Councillor Cathcart.
Right. I can confirm that the council is expecting Homes England to make a decision by Homes England on the council's circa 30 million infrastructure funding bid in the next few weeks. This report, therefore, updates Cabinet with progress with the Huncourt Garden Village project and seeks approval for some precautionary recommendations should the council's bid be approved in the near future, so as officers can continue with the project in accordance with the project timetable. I am also delighted to report that in the meantime, Homes England has recently approved an additional £200,000 grant towards the council's revenue costs to ensure the project maintains momentum at this key stage. The report highlights some of the important work that is taking place, which supports the council's funding bid and at the same time moves the project forward at pace. For example, we have agreed in principle arrangement with National Highways to remove their holding objection to the development in close proximity to Junction 8 on the M65 motorway, which includes Huncourt Garden Village. The report outlines the terms and arrangements for the objection being removed, subject to the council securing the £30 million Homes England funding. The report also mentions the progress with the planning application for the proposed new residential relief road at Huncourt. which has been subject to recent public consultation. Some amendments to the application are currently being made before the application is submitted by the end of this month. This is a significant project of scale and investment, estimated at £463 million, and therefore, not surprisingly, presents a number of challenges and risks. The Council's risks are highlighted in section 3.9 of the report, along with the mitigation measures being considered and pursued to minimise the Council's risks. The Council will be entering into legal agreements with landowners and developers and will therefore be seeking to passport and pass on some of the financial and legal risk onto them through the legal arrangements. Furthermore, due to scale and complexity of the project, management team and cabinet will be provided with regular update reports. I move the report.
And I second that report. And welcome it out. I think all the green lights are probably in place, and I look forward to receiving this grant approval in the near future. But as you said, by the end of March, so it should all be green for go. Councillor Eunice.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you very much. It's a brilliant report, well detailed and well timed. Yes, I think the whole borough will be looking forward to this kind of project. It will, the housing need is must, and I think we all agree cross party that we need new homes, we need new houses in our borough, in our country, but we can only work within our borough, which is brilliant news, fantastic news, but we're there, but we're not there yet, but we're nearly there. So hopefully, as Chair said, the signs are good. Yes, I'll be delighted once they've said, given us a go-ahead. It's a fantastic project, and I think, as I understand, once they've given us a go-ahead, this is only the beginning, and I think the project will expand, and we expect many more houses on that brownfield site. Thank you, Chair.
Yeah, so I move the recommendations.
I'll second it.
Are we all agreed? Thank
At
you.
this point, Chair, I'd just like to thank Mark for all the midnight hours he spent doing this report. It's taken him hours and hours.
Okay.
Well done, Mark.
I'll second that one.
Thank you very much. And that's the end of the meeting. It's the end of the meeting, I'm afraid. We've run out of items. I'm sorry, they're not technical. Thank you. Thank you for your attendance.
We're going to get a rather long list of questions after Southampton meeting anyway. Mark's going to get a nice thing, like we're going to get a list of questions on.
We can use the scrutiny process.
I agree with Bishop, we have technical.
We know the scrutiny process,
All
we
go
use it.
away.
Go where?
No, it's not going anywhere.
It's in the playground, Go away.
Don't spoil my very first.
I think the meeting is officially over.
I have explained to you that I didn't see it. I understand questions are going in.
We're calling the scrutiny.
I think it's been from May to today, it's been an excellent 10, 12 months, and I think we made some really historical decisions.
I thought the meeting fixed with the hot calling event.
I know it's a massive project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
rest of the population. Yeah, he goes first.
So if,
Yeah.
well, the could it be that you put in an application for reduced criminalising or the whole thing will be that or review it?
Okay. Yeah, thanks. Sorry? No, no, do you?
Yeah, it's just a lot of work.
Right, so we can't do that.
Yeah.
Yes, you're welcome. I promise you, I'll come back to you.
Right. Well, I've waited that long, haven't I?
Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, Steve's on holiday for a week and a half. You can't wait to move it. And you should.
Do it that way, I could.